Not only shall we continue thinking about our dreams and goals, but we should start expecting to get those dreams and goals realized. Hi, my name is Kennedy. I'm going to be talking about expecting to get our dreams and goals in whatever chosen niche in our lives. When I'm going to London, I stand on the train platform to the ones going to London, and it reads on the board expected at such a time. And sometimes 5 minutes it gets delayed, 10 minutes, 20 minutes, whatever time it gets delayed. But one thing for sure, the train sooner or later comes and takes me to London. If I didn't expect that train to come on the platform, surely I would not stand on that platform. I'd be dumb to stand on the platform not expecting a train. I was watching something on TV the other day when Chris Tarrant, he's got a thing or two with the trains. So he was in one country when his train apparently was delayed by more than 24 hours. I was just imagining in London, if the trains get delayed by 24 hours, network rail will be crippled, with the compensation and the complaints and everything else, I'm saying. But anyway, sorry for digressing a little bit. I'm talking about expecting a train. So I know I'm expecting a train to come, and sooner or later the train comes and takes me to London. Our ladies, our women, our mothers, when they are pregnant, one thing for sure they know how to do best is to expect the child to come. And they do that very well. And they expect positively. One thing they do along the process is they think of the name, they prepare where the baby is going to be sleeping, they buy the clothes, they buy the Moses baskets and different other baskets, some of the baskets which are never used, but they pay for them anyway. So they expect the child to come. And surely after 9 months, the baby comes and they continue living happily. They have been living as if the child was there. They have been living like that. And when the baby comes, it's not a shock. It's not a surprise because they was expecting the child to come, and child comes. I was watching something during the presidential election when the president emeritus Barack Obama, during his campaign trail, he was pictured, he was in an office with the flags and people and things, he looked as if he was the president of the nation. If anyone walked past, you would think, that is the president, but he wasn't. But he expected to be the president, and we all know what happened. He became the president of the powerful nation in the world. He expected to be the president, and he soon became president. Expectation, it does something to our body. It does something to our mind. It just brings home whatever we want. It brings us closer home. It brings closer. Each time we expect the thing to come, it does come. So I'm just saying to you, in whatever niche, in whatever you are doing, you have to expect to get that thing. Positively expecting to get that thing. There's a part of our brain, when you're working towards our dreams and goals, we are thinking of strategies to get the things we want. We are planning, we are strategizing, we're doing all those things to get our dreams and goals. But along the way, we sometimes neglect that other part of the brain, which should be able to deal with the success in our lives. So when you fail to do that part of the brain, when you get to be successful, sometimes it brings us down. So the same brain which may catapult you to great heights can actually bring you down because you failed to train the other part of the brain to deal with success. We've known of people who have been so successful in different levels in our lives, but when they got to that high level, they crumbled down. Why? One of the reasons is because they failed to train that part of the brain to deal with success. So we have to think of success. We have to expect to be there. So when we get there, we're not shocked. Shock is dangerous. Shock is a very dangerous thing. Shock can kill. So whenever we are planning whatever we want to achieve in life, we have to expect to get to those things. I'll give an example. Like instant millionaires. You played lotto or you did whatever you done, and all of a sudden you become a millionaire. Half of those people, they lose their fortune Why? Because it just came as an instant. They was not expecting that money, and they didn't know how to deal with success with that high level of fortune. They don't know how to deal with it. But I'm saying to you, in whatever you do, you have to expect to get to that thing. You have to expect to be there. Your mind, your brains, it has to go there. This is how one way of dealing with it. Your mind, your brains, your emotions, you have to get there. You have to go there to wherever you're planning to and be there and live there before you actually live there in physical. You know, you can bring two teams of football. You can bring Arsenal and Chelsea for argument's sake together to play a game of football. Those are equal the teams in their fortune, in their structures, in their organization, in the planning, the practice, everything else. They are the same, they are the same league, or their own same league. They all play same football. So any of those teams can win that game at any given time. But what happens? One of the teams overcomes the other. Why? Because the other one, they have trained their minds and their brains to deal with the high emotional situations. In football now, we talk about the psychologists coming to train people to deal with success, to deal with high pressure situations. Why? Because if you may be physically fit, you may be fit in any other way, but if you fail to train your body to deal with high situation, high level situation, then you fail, you lose. That's why one of the two teams eventually loses. It's because one of them didn't prepare, one of them they didn't expect, one of them were not ready for that high pressure situation. So what I'm saying, whatever you are doing, you have to expect to get your dream and goal. You have to go there and leave before you get there. So when you get there, you're not going to get shocked. One of the analogy which I've listened in different circles is about a check. And I think it hammers home what I'm trying to say today. They say, suppose you've done well in your niche and you're offered £1 million. They've written a check, say, oh, you've done well. This is your check for £1 million. But it's only condition. You cannot cash that check until tomorrow. You're accepted. I can cash it. I can check it today. I can cash it today, but I'll cash it tomorrow. You're excited. They say, oh, one more condition. You cannot cash that check until 1 week. You're still excited. You got the check in your pocket, but you just have to wait for 5 days. You're still excited. That you don't have the cash right now, but 5 days later, you're going to go to the bank and, you get your money. They say one more time, one more condition. You cannot cash that check after a month, after a year, after 5 years, after 10 years, or whatever time they may stipulate to you. You are still excited. But one thing for sure, that you've got the check in your pocket. No one is going to take the check away from you. You've got it. And it's just a matter of time. So you are expecting whatever date they say you're going to have to go to the bank, you are expecting to go to the bank sooner or later. So this is it. In whatever we are doing, we have to expect as if we got the check in our pocket. So we're just waiting for the day to go to the bank and get our money. We have to expect, not as if we don't have it, but we have to start living as if the check is in our pocket, as if our goals and dreams have already been realized. So we're just waiting for the fulfillment of our dreams and goals. You know what I'm saying? So this is it. We have to be there before we get there physically, and we will not be in shock. So I'm saying to you, whatever you're doing, whatever you're planning, whatever you're working, don't forget to train that part of the body to deal with the situation where you're going to get a high level, where you are pressurized, where you are rich, where the manager or the chairperson of a big organization. You have to think about that. You have to be there. Your brain has to get there before you get there. So when you get there, you're not going to get shocked. Okay, so with just these few words, I hope someone is going to get encouraged, someone is going to plan, someone is going to prepare that part of the brain to do with high level of pressure of growth, of what I'm talking about, and you will get well in your life. So with just these few words, someone getting it. Until we see again next time, have a good day, enjoy and work hard. Thank you.